My name is Klaus Bohn. I've had a studio for over 35 years, and I taught professional photography from 1984 till now, and I've written some books. I'm working on my 7th book, and I've had the privilege to go to India and Bangladesh, Nepal, to teach a little bit about my way of helping people, how to be a photographic therapist. I met some psychologists in India, and I was given the opportunity to share my thoughts about how to help people. How to make people happy, really, is my whole idea. I always do consultations with every session, usually an hour, and we talk about various things and shortcomings that people have and what they are worried about. One lady came to me and she says, you know, Klaus, I have a friend that you photographed. She's a psychologist, and she said, go to Klaus and see what he can do for you to make you happy. Well, when she came in and told me that, I was surprised. I photographed quite a few therapists before, and I realized what some of the needs that we go through. We all do. We all share challenges in our lives. And one challenge is, of course, that we have to put up with whatever it is that brings us down, negativity. We need to, and we want to be positive. So this lady asked me, she says, well, here I am, tell me what you can do for me. And I said, well, it all depends on where you're at. And she said, well, you know, what happens to me is I go to work, I listen to people that I went through a very strange and hurtful ways in their lives, and they don't really know what to do. They feel down and they feel negative and they feel so stressed. My daughter, excuse me, not my daughter, but my sister had worked with a psychologist, and he did tell her, just listen to him, just listen to him. And she said it was very hard to hear all those bad things that happened to him. And this lady said the same thing. She said, you know, Klaus, I come home and I'm all depressed to hear what they had to go through. And I said, well, that's facts of life, but as far as you're concerned, you have to learn to overcome that. And one of the most important ways truly is to become more and more thankful for what you have, and to be able to overcome the negative so that you can be positive. Our conscious mind says things, we think of them, they're in our mind, and if it's positive, it will affect the subconscious mind for us to be positive. If we're negative, then the subconscious mind thinks, well, you want it to be negative. It doesn't know the difference between positive and negative. It just knows that it has to do what the conscious mind tells them. So I said to her, I said, you really have to overcome your thinking, you know, to think the thoughts that would keep your heart aflame, you know, to be able to realize that these are things that I had to put up with, and I can bury them. They don't have to affect me always. So as I did my consultation with her, she became happy, you know, a little more happier and brighter, and talked about positive things and fun things. I've done 7 fire walks, and in my photography courses, I always get people to break boards like karate people, because we have to overcome. We have to go further than we think we can. We have to do disciplines that enables us to. And just to think about the privilege and the opportunity I had to walk over red hot coals 7 different times, doing something I never thought I could, to go beyond what I think and go further, push myself further and further. So this lady, we spent an hour, actually more, and we discussed things, and she said, yeah, that all makes sense to me. But, you know, the way we run our therapy is the way it always has been done. Your approach is quite new. It's quite happiness into the weave of what you're sharing with me. So we did that did our consultations and the photography. And when I do a photographer for a therapist, I always make sure that the photograph is very unique. It's very different. It's something that they haven't seen. They don't get a choice. I choose the one that I get them to purchase, and they hang it in the bedroom. I call it a bedroom size, so it should go into the bedroom. So in the bedroom, she said, in the morning when I wake up, I see the photograph. I remember what you said. You made me happy. It made me laugh, and I was very happy, you know, full of energy. Went to work, come home, and I felt down. So I went to the bedroom to change my clothes and see the photograph and remember what we had together. And she says, then I'm happy again. So it's a fluctuation, and we have to overcome it. We have to do it again and again and again. Once we understand that there is a pattern that can help us. I've studied NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. I've studied body language and studied even how I have control over my thoughts. I want to feed my subconscious mind only positive, healthy thoughts, happy thoughts. What makes you happy? Find out. And that's the part of your life that we need to improve. Well, even if it's embellishment, that's fine. It doesn't matter. We have to get out of the rut. We have to get out of the negative parts of our lives. This is just a little glimpse what I'm sharing with you now. It's not a full course. A full course would be a week or 3 days that I would spend with people if they want this kind of psychology that I truly share. I've talked to one of the psychologists that's probably the main psychologist here on the island, Vancouver Island. He said, you know, Klaus, that is so fresh, that's so new. Your head, and you know, you need to share with how you do it. And this is part of my endeavor, being gone for 3 months to try to help people and see if I can improve myself as well. I can always learn from those that I deal with, always. When I do consultations with photographies, I always learn from them. And I employ what I feel I need into my way of living. I want to live a pure, positive, loving, kind, happy life. Thanks for listening.